finally, his wife and their extended family. I stand on behalf of this family, and I dare say I feel somewhat included in it already. So thank you again for showing up with good strength. We are remembering, we are inspired by, and we want somehow to be able to observe and absorb things that Pratapadev has left behind. And because he is not here to speak for himself, we are all going to make a few guesses. And we are deeply, deeply fortunate that there are some seniors in our midst who have an understanding either of the ethos of where he came from, or better still, had some contact with him and his time. And I'd like to welcome Mrs. Barban, who has very kindly taken time out to be with us. Most unexpectedly, she said yes, and here she is. There's Kiran Sehgalji, who has worked with Tagore, who was a constant inspiration to Pratapadev. Kiran Didi is a classical dancer. She's among the senior most gurus of Odissi. Kiranji, thank you very much for gracing the occasion. Can you make a seat for her, please? We have Nirinda in our midst, the former principal of the College of Art in Delhi, a formative institution, as many of us know, of some of the having produced and generated some of the senior most artists from whom we learn even today. Thank you, Nirinda. And we have Jatin Kochhar as well in our midst. Jatin, thank you so very much. We are really looking forward to your inputs from a different industry altogether. Jatin is a fashion designer, as many of you know, but he's also an artist. And the openness and generosity with which he just has constantly been a presence in both Valerie and Shubhendu's life, to be able to put this body of work in the public domain is worthy of deep gratitude. Thank you. On behalf of both of them. Since I have to come to you can say something yourself.
No, thank you so much. It's like, really inspiring that, this evening, all of you have come to this occasion where my father, who had a dream of holding this exhibition, but I think so, it was bestowed on me, and I hopeful that it has proven to be the way it should be, the way it should be best presented as today. And in this journey, I must tell you that there have been so many friends who have come along and helped us in many different ways that we felt that it's definitely a blessing from God that we are receiving. We got all the love and the support to make this happen. We really didn't know how. When we started off, we didn't really know how. But somehow things really evolved. It manifested, I must say, in a way that's the most beautiful way I can present it today. And I'm really grateful to all of you to have come this evening and seen Pratapadev, my father's work. Thank you, Nirinda. Thank you, Jatin. Thank you, Mr. Burma. Thank you so much.
Ashok Bhumik, are you here perchance? Ashok was the other person that Shubhendu went to in the early days to even begin to imagine what would this show him to present the work of Pratapadev, who is not in our midst. Ashok is a senior artist himself who is about to have his retrospective in Bikaner House in October. And very generously, he offered himself, he offered me as well. I didn't know Pratapadev or Shubhendu. He offered me because I happen to be designing that retrospective. And I have to admit that there was an uncanny way in which, and you will realize in more than one ways, Pratapadev has haunted us. to bring him out for your benefit. So, with no further ado, we will begin this evening by presenting before you a few verses from some of his favorite Tagore songs, because he was so inspired by Tagore. And we will guess a few ways why that is so. I welcome onto stage Jayati Ghosh, who is a Tagore scholar and a chemical engineer. And here again there is an unkind story. When I asked Jayati and she had accepted, and I handed her Pratap Dev's autobiography, she called me from Calcutta where she was traveling and she was reading it, and she said, "Do you know that her Master her guru, was also Pratap's guru?" And this was a guru that commanded a very passionate relationship with all his students. And so it was deeply surprising, moving for both of us, because I happen to have heard a lot about her relationship with her whole teaching, her whole learning experience with this master. That they shared a master, that Pratap was in fact a guru. So thank you, Jayati, for being here and for singing some of these verses. And Gaurav Chintamani. Gaurav is the lead guitarist with Advaita. He's superbly talented. That he should make time to be here this evening. Just in response to my entreaty, I can only say thank you, Gaurav. Thank you. Deeply, immensely, immeasurably. So we'll begin with a song that Jayati thinks is the most appropriate one.
জীবন তোরি মেঘ বলেছে যাবো যাবো।
Tagore's play with paradoxes is a delightful evidence in Megh Bullets. The clouds hesitate at the threshold, the night bids adieu, the ocean loses itself in the moment it meets the shore. Pain hides in the footprints, and the self only wants to surrender. The earth and the sky yearn towards each other with a garland and 1,000 lamps, eternally joined, yet separate. Love remains eternal, and death says, "I am life." With that, I'd like to welcome onto stage Kiran Didi. Please, aake baithiye, please. And we've arranged these chairs especially for you. Irinda, please. Step in, please. And Shubhendu, you should occupy the fourth seat. And Nirinder, may I please request you to speak about Pratap Dev and contextualize this whole preoccupation with Tagore and Pratap Dev and why we are bothered to sing Tagore.
Pratap was very severe to me. I was in school when we were in the art college. But in Calcutta Art College, one thing you don't know that what happened. Most of the senior students, like our teachers को जितना डरता नहीं था, सीनियर स्टूडेंट को ज़्यादा डर था. कोई थप्पड़ पड़ता था, कोई बोले, why don't you go for case or what color? So anyway, I missed Pratap that time. I was in the school, senior student. But in 1969, when I joined College of Art, luckily I met Pratap directly. I talked to him. And first thing, what he said, I still remember, Dhiren, what you are doing, you are lucky that you joined College of Art. You must what came did. Don't follow this. Why you are saying like this? You don't know I am working in the government office all the day. I am busy with my this media awards and other things. I don't have any time to pay. So whatever the time you are getting here in the teaching profession, you must spend it properly. I will never forget that thing. And that is the first time I met him, and I heard about him from back in the college also. I saw his work also in the library. And my brother, actually 1 year senior to him, he told about Pratap many times. But in Delhi, when I came to know that Pratap is here, so I was so happy that I will see a great person, great artist. And you know, the artist's life is very different. You see the Van Gogh and see the Pratap. Both of them could not show their work. I mean, but anyway, after that you can see the work in the museum or in the gallery. So these people, from drawing, you see the drawing, see the lithographs and other people. All the time, they were so busy with their creative work that I will never forget. And I think most of the Delhi artists, those who are very young, they should see this exhibition. And they can understand how stage by stage work can grow. Protata's work, after seeing this thing, these sketches, you see the lithography also here. Fantastic lithography. Now a student cannot make it like that. This with a group of figures. Nowadays, one figure making it so difficult for the students, but here you just see. I still remember one thing, Sushma Bahal was asking, Nirinder, why the Bengalis become artists? Why there are a lot of artists who are figure drawing? बहुत अच्छा करता है ये, कारण क्या है? मैं बोला पुष्पा जी, there are two reasons. One is Bengalis are a very middle class family, first of all, frankly speaking, and they love to stay together, they love to spend together. All the time figures are around him, and those who are going to art college, they never think about earning money, because it was very difficult to get money at that time. I am talking about 1960. So most of the parents, they neglected the art. I am also lucky anyway, because in my family, most of my brothers are artists, so I don't find any difficulty in that. But most of the artists who are present here, they know what kind of struggles they did during their student life. So, immediately you cannot get any result in art field. artist, a poet, a writer, they get the lesson after a long time. So those who can survive that kind of thing, they will become good, great artist, great writer, great singer, happy creative people. And Pratyuta also, I noticed with his time, he was very disturbed in mind. Because due to this commercial work, he was in, I think, mass media at that time. He was working all the commercial, mostly mass media. At that time, I still remember, family planning campaign was going on. And it's a very good thing that he used to meet lot of people. I mean, the middle class people, poor people. So, in his work also, I noticed that there are a lot of human figures, which most of the, Bengali or others, Bombay artists also, they are doing human figure. Okay. So, I'm very happy that we can see the lot of work of Pratapda, and I thank his son and daughter-in-law. Thank you very much.
It's your turn again, Jyoti.
সেই ভালো আমারে না হয় না জানো, সেই ভালো দূরে গিয়ে নয় দুঃখ দেবে, কাছে কেন লাজে লাজানো, সেই ভালো মোর বসন্তে লেগেছে তসু বেনু বন ছায়া হয়েছে মধু, থাক না এমনি গন্ধে বিধু, মিলন কুঞ্জ সাজানো, সেই ভালো গোপনে দেখেছি তোমার ব্যাকুল নয়নে ভাবের খেলা, ভূতল আঁচল এলো থেলো চুল দেখেছি ঝড়ের বেলা, গোপনে দেখেছি তোমাতে আমাতে হয়নি যে কথা, মর্মে আমার আছে সেবারতা, না বলা বাণী নিয়ে আকুলতা আমার বাঁশিটি বাজানো, সেই ভালো
Akin to John Keats' Ode to a Grecian Urn. Tagore's Shei Bhalo celebrates the eternal joy of the unrealized, the pleasure of unfulfilled yearnings, the gaze that held but never met, the voice that was heard yet never spoke, the shadow of recognition that never quite becomes familiarity. Allow the sensual magic to linger, he says, the storms that raged silently, ships that pass at night. This is good, he says. This incompletion is good, it's great unto itself. I want to quickly say something about Gaurav, who is as I get to know him more and more, I find he's only more versatile as an artist, and something that I thought should be mentioned because you have that in common with Pratap Dev. It is shocking how completely versatile he is. He's as if not holding himself back or feeling obligated at all to stick to a practice. I will now request Kiran Didi, who has also very generously decided to be with us, to just tell us a little about her experience with Tagore. Because in her artistic expression, she has worked with Tagore and has made something with his poetry as a point of departure. Didi, please.
Actually, I don't really belong here. First of all, let me say very grateful to Arun Shubhendu for having invited me. I was very impressed with the body of work that you have curated. Really lovely, really wonderful. My experience with Tagore is not like Jayati. I just was asked by some friends in Kolkata to put up a program which was dedicated actually to Tagore, and they were using different dance styles. So I was asked to present some poems of Tagore's in Odissi. But again, I was requested that please do something different. Now this, is very strange because Odissi itself is a traditional dance form. And something different means breaking away from it. So I approached a jazz musician. If you know of Neil Dutt, who gave the music direction for Bomb Connection, I think that was it. And when I approached him, he was quite surprised. He said, "But why do you want me to, do all this?" I said, "Just try." "No, what exactly do you want?" I said, "I don't know what exactly I want. You just give me what you think is best, and I will work on it. Doesn't matter." So he gave me 4 to 5 poems, which were, the one that is very known is Ekla Cholo. Another one was Shravanero Gogonero Gai, and 2, 3 others which Ekti Namaskare Prabhu, that was another one. And it was really because of reading a little bit about Tagore. You see, as a child, one used to just see pictures of Tagore and used to always think, why doesn't this man comb his hair? He looks very untidy as a kid. Later on, of course, having read his work, gone through a little bit of his work, I realized what a thinking mind, he had. And it was really a pleasurable experience. And one thing I must say, that after having performed in Kolkata, I was really quite nervous because I thought, God knows, how the Bengalis are going to take this. Tagore's words, Tagore's melody, but intercepted with touches of jazz. And when the program was over, Gilles will enjoy this. When the program was over, as usual, people come, they say this, that, and the other, and you thanking and nodding your head everywhere. One woman rushed towards me, and I really thought she was going to slap me. I was so terrified, and she came up to me, she said, "Oh, thank God, this is like fresh air, what you have given to us." So that was really encouragement. But apart from that, we had, we have the festival, Zora Sehgal Festival of the Arts, and we had one which was dedicated to Bengal. And the most enjoyable was her singing with her group,
really, really amazing. Till today, people remember it. So thank you.
By the way, I wanted to introduce you to Riya Mukherjee, who's standing right at the back. Riya, raise your hand. My sister, who has translated and distilled the meaning of every song, not just by the verses that Jyoti is singing, but in fact of Tagore's sentiment as he might have written them. Shudhu adho khani bhalobasha. Just like that, Tagore rips your heart open and gives the entire generations of the words to express those inchoate emotions lurking within. Just half a piece of love. Shudhu adho khani bhalobasha. The entire song is about the seesaw that love can be, the arrivals, the departures, the loss, the longing, endless desires that break the spirit, the futile attempts to distract oneself, setting oneself adrift on broken boards, emotions searching for a broken language. I might add that this repeated sense of almost celebrating something that may be broken or a plaintive tone is actually an excuse to create in Bengal. May I, with that, Jatin, invite you to say something about Pratap Dev and your relationship with this work that is on exhibit, because you, among all of us, have actually known him longer.
I'd like to begin with something that's taken me entire 53 years to learn. To enjoy and listen to silence. And most importantly, to listen. We all like to speak, especially in our favorite city. Everybody loves to speak. And for the past 9 years, I just listened. And I love the silence. So this is a second innings for me, coming back to life. And what a beautiful way to start this journey. And I've known Shubhendu for over 20 years. And after 20 years, out of the blue, we connect 3 months ago. So I'm just wondering, like, what's happening? And the next thing, I see a glimpse of one of the works, and the work actually whispered to me, I want to bless you. And that's it. So this is my opportunity to have the blessings of a master. And I know which will be not just essential, but integral for my creative journey. Especially after a big gap of 9 years. So with that, like I said, that silence is what works. So that's all I have to say. And I'm delighted to be here with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jatin.
তোমার খোলা হাওয়া লাগিয়ে পালে, তোমার খোলা হাওয়া টুকরো করে কাছি, আমি ডুবতে রাজি আছি, আমি ডুবতে রাজি আছি, তোমার খোলা হাওয়া। সকাল আমার গেল মিছে, বিকেল যে যায় তারি পিছে গো। সকাল আমার গেল মিছে, বিকেল যে যায় তারি পিছে গো। রেখো না আর বেদনা কুলের কাছাকাছি, আমি ডুবতে রাজি আছি, আমি ডুবতে রাজি আছি, তোমার খোলা হাওয়া। মাছির লাগিয়াছি জাগি সকল রাত্রি বেলা, ঢেউগুলো যে আমায় নিয়ে
নদীর লাগি আছি জাগি সকল রাত্রি বেলা ঢেউগুলো যে আমায় নিয়ে করে কেবল খেলা ঝড়কে আমি করব মিতে ধরব না তার ভ্রুকুটিতে ঝড়কে আমি করব মিতে ধরব না তার ভ্রুকুটিতে দাও ছেড়ে দাও ও গো আমি তুফান পেলে বাঁচি আমি ডুবতে রাজি আছি আমি ডুবতে রাজি আছি তোমার ভোলা হাওয়া তোমার খোলা হাওয়া তোমার খোলা হাওয়া
That is simple. Yeah? Tomar Khola Hawa is a lesson in faith for those in crisis, a reminder of how easy surrender can be. With your open winds upon my sails, I'm happy to slash my moorings and be drowned if needed. The supplicant pines for the storm, refusing the stifling shelter of the shore. Shubhendu, I think it's your turn now to deliver the vote of thanks to our Gurujans and to our present gathering.
So thank you so much for this evening, for coming across. And we really are honored to have you here, I must say. And I take this opportunity, in case Valerie could just come along with me. Special thank to Vishwajit for really helping us all throughout. So I'm like, he's been advising us and telling us. Thank you, family, for coming all the way from Bangalore and Chennai, for coming, for being here and cheering us and blessing us all the way. Thank you. And, thank you, Ritika, thank you, Jyoti, thank you, everyone. Thank you, all my friends. And, of course, my childhood friend, Sumit, who really has helped me and been there all the while for making it happen. So, thank you, Bipasha, for coming all the way from Goa to be with us during this moment. Thank you, Joy, for helping me with all the designs, everything. And Udayda, I'm like, he has been there all the while. Thank you, Ved Prakash ji, for really being from the start of this. I would say it was like a mission for us. So, thank you so much. Thank you, Gautam, for coming for this evening. Thank you so much. Gautam has also been associated with us, and Gautam is a writer and also a professor. Correct me if I'm wrong in terms of. So Gautam has also, heard and read about Dad's biography, and we have some plans together on that too. That way. So thank you so much, and all right. And pardon me if I have missed out, but thank you. Sure. And I will now take this opportunity to
While this happens, I just want to say that when this was being planned, that how can we honor the people who would bless this occasion in lieu of Pratap Dev himself. This was more like, you are here, so thank you, because this show, in a sense, needs a parent, and you are the acting parents of this show today, so thank you. Joy Didi, would you please come onto stage? Thank you. You are also part of the parent panel. Gaurav Kumari Badi. Please, no, Arvind, you are also acting parent panel. Come on. But our tasks are not over yet. There's one more left. Please remain in this part of the stage. Produce the book, please. There is a book that a scholar in Assam University wrote an entire book from having obscurely heard about Pratap Deb and followed that lead all the way to Shubhendu and to his father to do all the requisite research. And this became the singular inquiry of his life for a few years. And so here's the book. He hurriedly had it published. And we'd be grateful if our Gurujans unravel this, open this book for the present guest.
So I'll just give you a little background to this book. I'm a professor in Assam University and writes a lot about the artists in Barak Valley. That's where Dad came from. And he had the opportunity to speak with my father in 2019, and he took a telephonic interview, and he learned so much about him that today he was able to write a book on this occasion. And this is a book which is going to be put on records in the Assam University, where father's journey from Karimganj to Delhi has been captured over here. So that's why it's a real honor to receive something like this from somebody who is an art historian in his capacity with the university, writing about father and capturing all the essential details of his life. Thank you so much.
With that, this is the final thank you to everyone present here. Really, it means a hell of a lot. We will unpack this whole evening for ourselves. Not just Shubhendu, of course, Shubhendu and Valerie and the entire family, but I have to admit, even for myself, Pratap Deb's ghost has made his presence in my life and in Gaurav's life and in Joy Didi's life in a way that he's kept us company. And he's definitely here. Thank you and good night.
I'm Anandmoy Banerjee, a visual artist from Delhi and NCR. You know, it gives me a very different feeling standing here in this show, especially to see a master's work who was probably much senior to my own teachers. I got invitation from various people to come for this show. Let that be his son, let that be Bipasha, let that be, many people like that. Let that be Zafar himself. But when I entered, it gave me a feeling that as if I changed myself, or I was changing myself, or I was going through a change. Now I realize, after staying here for more than 40 minutes, that what might have been the reason for the change. The reason is that silence, the reason is that simplicity, the reason is that sincerity, and the reason is the quality of drawing. My sincere pranam to Pratap Da. Thank you.
Hi folks, like I had informed you earlier, that Pratap Dev's exhibition is going to happen in the Visual Arts Gallery. So I'm here today, the inauguration has been done, and you'll get to see some beautiful artworks here. Like probably there are around 61 different artworks here, and the exhibition is from the 10th to the 14th of September. So make sure that you come and visit this exhibition. All the best to you. Thank you so much.
मैं डॉक्टर वेद प्रकाश भारद्वाज एक कलाकार और लेखक हूँ, और ये मुझे सौभाग्य मिला प्रताप देव जी के कामों को देखने का, उनके ऊपर लिखने का। इस प्रदर्शनी में जो उनकी रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव प्रदर्शनी है, उनकी पहली महत्वाकांक्षी प्रदर्शनी है जो वो करना चाहते थे लेकिन वो किसी वजह से नहीं कर पाए, अब उनके बेटे और बहू ने मिलकर के ये प्रदर्शनी आयोजित की है। इस प्रदर्शनी में हम देख सकते हैं कि उनके शुरुआती दौर के काम हैं, उनके कॉलेज टाइम के काम हैं जो बहुत ही मैच्योर काम हैं। उस समय जब वो कमर्शियल आर्ट सीख रहे थे तब भी वो जो है फाइन आर्ट कर रहे थे, और उस समय के कामों में जो मैच्योरिटी है और उसके बाद के कामों में जो खास तौर पे ड्राइंग्स या अलग अलग देशों में की यात्राओं के दौरान जो उन्होंने काम किए, उनको देख के कहीं लगता नहीं है कि ये आदमी सिर्फ कमर्शियल आर्ट करता था। हालांकि कमर्शियली भी उन्होंने बहुत सारे काम किए, लेकिन उसके बाद जब वो नौकरी से के बाद जब वापस पूरी तरह से कला में आए तो उन्होंने एकदम समकालीन कला को आत्मसात किया। समकालीन कला की भाषा में आम जनजीवन को, हमारे आसपास के जीवन को अपने चित्रों में प्रस्तुत किया। ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बात है।
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure being associated with this absolutely wonderful project, and I have to admit I had my ulterior motives because I had so much to gain, not just blessings but an insight into another world. And what really amazes me is that a lot of these works are from 1950s onwards. So I was nowhere in sight. I was not even, in fact, my dad is 1950 born, so you can well imagine. For me, it's been an absolute treat. And I'm glad I'm here. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Jyoti A. Katpalia, Associate Professor, Art Critic and Curator, and it is wonderful to be here today on the solo exhibition of artist Pratap Dev, and I congratulate everyone here. His work is absolutely, it is an unveiling of his work. It's, you know, the huge body of work right from from 70 years, and you can see the change as you move into this exhibition from the unreturning here, how the earthy palette and the strong academic modernist influence is changing onto a sheer burst of colors, which is the artist's absolutely unique individual style. And you have that whole journey here from the 1950s to as late as almost 2017 to 20. So yes, I congratulate Shubhendu and I congratulate everyone here for putting up such a beautiful exhibition. Thank you.
Pratap Dev was a very senior artist, but during his lifetime he could not show all the work. He was working at the mass media for a long time. Then he joined Gadi Village for work. There he worked a lot of painting. If you see his work from the beginning, his student life work, and then when he was become a senior artist, you can see the changes in his composition, variation of colors, simplification of color, simplification of form. Because most of the paintings are figurative, but there is a unique, simplicity in his work, which is very remarkable. When you see the rickshaw pillar, the painting which is displayed here, it is so simple and it's very difficult to compose this kind of work. And even if you see his early studies, in pencil or penciling or in watercolor, fantastic work. and one must see this work. One must see this work, and they can understand what kind of artist he was. It's a great opportunity to see the work of Pratabda, because his son and daughter-in-law both were engaged to show his father's work. And this is a unique chance for the students of Delhi, art lovers and the artists to see the varieties of work and the involvement of art in his all the canvas and drawings.